With Blue Link Plus, you can access your Hyundai Tucson Limited remotely. Doors unlocked, temperature set, lost car found.
There it is.
Get complimentary class-leading Blue Link Plus. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
So I'm a father of one. I gotta find a babysitter. I found Care.com and I was blown away. Through the platform, I was able to find local and experienced candidates along with their reviews and rates, which were way more affordable than I anticipated. Care.com really put me at ease knowing that they were all required to go through a background check. If you're like me and you need to find someone reliable for your childcare necessities, check out Care.com. Find the ideal sitters for your childcare needs.
Welcome to the PowerCat Podcast, GoPowerCat.com's Kansas State Athletics Show. Make sure you're subscribing to our show at Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you get your podcasts. Now, from the GPC studios, here's your host, GoPowerCat publisher, Tim Fitzgerald.
Welcome to the overtime. It's Fitz and Zach and Gills. I don't care. Your overtime trio of delights right here in the GPC studios with two very hairy dogs who are not liking the heat.
I mean, stop the presses.
I hope your week has gone well as we enter into a new week. You're enjoying your weekend with outdoor activities that don't involve heat stroke because spring was very short here in Kansas.
I don't care.
I am Tim Fitzgerald, publisher of GoPowerCat.com. This is another edition of the PowerCat podcast. That is Daphne barking in the background. It's the overtime. Screw it. I'm leaving it in. I don't know what she's barking at, but we're just going to deal with it. What do you think it is?
UPS. Amazon.
Oh, yeah. I think I get some Amazon coming. Oh, that was Dude.
No,
Dude's involved. Dude's a little bit more reserved with the barking. Okay. We're sponsored by Taco Lucha and So Long Soluna. It's the worst Spanish accent ever.
I said what I said and I meant what I meant.
Ron Gilbert works at Taco Lucha. So the other day after Zach and I finished up another sterling edition of the PowerCat Questions podcast featuring Cole Carmody. It was probably sterling because Gilbert wasn't on it. Well, let's be honest. But anyhow, we decided to go eat lunch and go see Gilbert. But instead, we went to So Long Saloon and had burgers, sliders. Oh, they're so good. Oh, and then we went over to see Ryan Gilbert and have some what? Pacifico. Oh, such good beer. Big Wave at the Saloon and Pacifico at the Lucha. Just delicious. But stop in to the two best restaurant bars in this incredible college town. I love them both. I'd move in, but they asked me just quit showering in the sink. Zach, you ready to bring the funny? Did we have any good questions? We bumped the questions for the overtime thread, and I think Cole contributed.
I think we only got one question from Cole in here. We can save
GPC Cole.
I thought he said he added 5.
Yeah, we can use them for next week or something. Okay. There's only one that was good enough for this week.
He was pretty proud of them.
He was proud, but
were they?
He can be proud next week.
That was the nicest thing. You're going to be a great father someday.
Thank you.
That's how you're going to tell your son that his coloring sucks. And this one's okay, but next week you got to come back with more.
No, like the ones he gave, they can be good enough next week.
Oh, they're like standbys.
Yeah.
What the hell, dude? No, buddy. No. Where'd you find these and why? Dude just walked in the studio with a mouthful of napkins. Speaking of parenting.
At least they were like new napkins. They weren't crumpled up.
Have one. Go get it.
It's seriously like he went up to the counter at McDonald's or something. Yeah, just took some napkins out and
that's a good
put them in his mouth.
Thank you. Let's get going with your questions from Wabash Station. And Ryan Gilbert is actually going to attempt to read. Read, Gills. And by the way, I just want to clarify a couple things. I give Ryan Gilbert a lot of crap, but I love him.
No, you don't.
I don't.
I don't love you. I don't expect you to love me either.
Okay. And also...
you love T more than me, don't you? That's the reason you showed up yesterday.
Everyone loves T. T is the kindest person, although she tells me she's got a mean streak. Have you seen the mean streak?
Oh, yeah. Every day I see it.
Yep. Yeah, but most of all, she's an incredible waitress. Good person. Really good person.
My future wife.
There we go. I never thought I'd hear you say that. Because no one's going to marry you, dude.
No one's going to marry her.
Yeah, someone will.
First question.
They'll be afraid of her, but they'll marry her.
I'll take it on.
Okay.
First question's from Exhausted Nihilist. What are your summer vacation or road trip plans?
Zach?
Well, that's done, I think. Well, I am going to Florida.
Bring his talents to South Beach.
For a week.
Again?
Yeah. Family vacation.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. When is that, by the way?
4th of July week.
So. Oh, yeah. We're both gone that week. That's going to work out really well for the website. Sorry. There will be nothing from about the 4th to the 10th. There will be nothing on the site until we get to
deliveries that we pre-shot.
And although maybe that will inspire me to do daily deliveries from the road again. But
where are you going?
We escape town on the 4th every year because my wonderful neighbor, Crazy Will, likes to blow the world up.
Even if he didn't, you'd leave because you still hate fireworks.
Yeah, this is a free fire zone. I don't mind like fireworks shows. I'm not a fan of adults blowing up lots of stuff.
Lame.
Let's just say hypothetically there might be some professional fireworks in this setting that I'm not too happy about.
Sounds like Will's a professional to me.
Yeah. In so many ways. But we're going to go fly to Atlanta, and our first night on the 4th, we're flying on the 4th, will be in Blue Ridge, Georgia, which I'd never heard of, but we're going up to Asheville for a couple nights.
Are you ready for this?
And it's the highest point in Georgia, which isn't.
Wow.
It actually Blue Ridge Mountains. I don't know how high it is. And our hotel has a rooftop bar. So the 4th could be fun.
I mean, damn, bro.
Then a couple nights in Asheville, 4 nights in Hilton Head, and we're flying back via Savannah. I fly to Kansas City, land in Kansas City, and fly to DFW for Big 12 Media Days.
No wonder you ain't healthy.
But then we're later in August, we're doing our Escape to Breckenridge in the heat of Kansas thing. So... and seeing Parker McCollum at Red Rocks.
You're insane!
You got anything on tap, Gills? New family?
Media Days is about it.
Wow, that's a vacation?
Yeah. My big trip is in September for Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that's right. He's going out.
And I've got my 2 travel guides with me right here.
Yeah.
Helping me along the way.
Going to go out and watch the Steelers play. That's pretty cool. Though.
And play some casino games.
Okay, thank you. It's going to be interesting to see how we manage the site when everyone's on the road.
Champions don't do that. They just don't.
It'll be fine. I'll have my computer.
We'll just put Wags in charge.
You got to get it done. Period.
It's not a horrible idea.
It's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, but I already went to Miami for... That's the start of my summer. Miami Grand Prix. It's right at the end of spring football. And that's the kickoff of summer. And that's that. Yeah.
So I was looking in Vegas. There's the F1 in November.
Uh-huh.
I saw it was all under construction now. Is it going to be like that until it starts, or is that going to be all done by the time I'm there?
I don't know.
Oh, my God.
You don't know something about F1?
They'll probably still be working on it.
Unbelievable.
They're repaving Las Vegas Boulevard or whatever the streets are. Repaving everything, like $40 million or something.
I told you my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, Becky's sister and husband, are big F1 fans.
Nerds.
They looked at going to Vegas. The tickets are unbelievable.
Yeah. It's like $2,000, like if you wanted it like face value, I think.
Right.
Ticket for what, though?
Like a grandstand.
Yeah.
Can't you just sit on the strip and watch?
Not really.
I don't think so.
I don't know how controlled the area is going to be. Because there will be some access points for people that do have like GA tickets and can walk around, but like in Miami, it's going to be similar to Miami because there's no grade. Like everything's flat, so you can't exactly sit next to the track, even if you're up on the fence.
Are you ready for this?
You can't see very well. You need to be in a grandstand or in a hotel or a balcony somewhere. I guess there's no balconies in Vegas, but
windows don't open, right?
Typically,
Yeah,
no.
I watched The Hangover and that was mentioned. I was like, I wonder if that's a real thing or not.
So
That's real.
When we got a 3-bedroom condo at the building we typically stay in for Christmas a few years ago, Alara, which is attached to Planet Hollywood via the mall, has this weird wedge that sticks out of the side of the building. It's kind of their signature look. Every building in Vegas has got to have something. And it's a tower, but it's got this colored wedge that sticks out. Well, I didn't know that until we toured and then eventually stayed in it. That's usable space. So you've got this like runway. It's about, 6-8 feet wide that just reaches out into the Vegas sky, and 2 chairs at the end, and you sit there and watch. I don't know what angle that is to the Grand Prix, but that would be incredible just to have that high of a view looking down at the cars.
Can you see Las Vegas Boulevard from there?
I can't remember. I'm always drunk in Vegas.
And I've been wondering what the hell is taking you so long to get healthy.
No, I don't think you can.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you can.
I mean, damn, bro.
Another question about the summertime
Oh,
from Contra Cat. What summer activities did you look forward to at ages 6 through 14? It's very specific.
Summer golf.
Yeah, you're a golfer. I played baseball in the summer. Just as a little aside, going into my 8th grade to freshman year of schooling, I was taking summer school typing. This was a mom idea.
How'd that work out for you?
My sister and I, you've seen me type. My sister and I both took it. She's significantly older than me, 3 years. But she's really old. And the first baseball game of the summer, I broke a finger. And I don't remember much from my childhood. I'm one of those people that just has little snapshots of memories. But I literally remember thinking, I'm a math guy. Why am I going to need to learn to type? And that's how I ended up in this career. Karma bit me on the ass.
In a good
That
way.
typing class would have been so useful too.
Oh, God. No. The only thing I learned was the space bar with my thumb. And then I was done with the class. I got through that.
I'm trying to think what you would have used. Would you have used a pointer finger for the space bar if you hadn't learned that? How would
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I love
has
watching
always
old
used his
school
middle
sports
finger.
writers. I love watching old school sports writers that are literally like just beating the hell with one finger out of, each hand. Bam, 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 bam. I don't know. Okay. Anything else? What was the question?
What summer activities did you look forward to?
Yeah.
I did play Parks and Rec baseball during those ages too.
Yeah, that's
So that
basically all I was.
Yeah.
Just, you know what? Mine was a different time, guys. You know what we did? We got on our bikes in the morning and left the house and came back at dusk. I mean, that's what we did. We were just outside the whole time, just running around. There's a little park across the street from the Salina Country Club, and a bunch of us would just go play baseball with, it wasn't with the Nashville baseball, but we just had a blast, just all day just doing stuff. It was so different without video games.
I think kids playing pickup baseball is probably one of the rarest things. Like The Sandlot, like the movie, the premise of that, it's completely unbelievable because no way is anybody going to find 18 guys to go play a game of baseball.
No.
Like, I don't think that there's ever been a pickup game of baseball in the history of the world.
Wiffle ball, though.
Yeah, that's
You'll need
more,
a handful of guys.
Yeah, that's more like what we did was like 4-on-4.
Sure.
We had a blast. I was just triggered by a TikTok. Yeah, I'm on TikTok. That puts up photos from history that will change your mind about how the world works or whatever. And amongst these photos of like the Old West or the Depression or World War II, they've lumped in photos from 1982 and 83 like they're from the Great Depression. It shows this kid playing Atari game in 82. So this is my senior year of high school / freshman year of college. And it seriously looked ancient. And yet I remember everything in that setting very clearly. That's how old I am, Gills. Just wrap your mind around this, Gilbert. You ready? I graduated high school 40 years ago. More than 40 now. But 40 years ago from my high school senior year.
Are you ready for this?
Was World War II.
I'm talking about the times that we're living in.
Isn't that crazy?
I'm so old.
I mean, damn, bro.
Older than Chris Kleiman, I found out.
Yeah.
On the Life of Fitz podcast.
That young punk. What a youngster he is.
What, like 5 years?
4 years. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it. It's a different podcast. Let me explain that. It's a different podcast. Life of Fitz is a whole different feed than the Power Cat podcast. Go find that and subscribe to that too, along with this podcast, along with our YouTube channel, and along with Ryan Gilbert's private channel called Gills' Gambling Tips.
I said what I said, and I meant what I meant.
You don't want to follow that channel.
No, he doesn't.
If you want to lose all your money, give me a follow.
There we go.
From Exhausted Nihilist, which grocery store are you most loyal to and why?
Mr. Jabba the Hutt, you fat, slovenly, no good, lazy.
Hy-Vee, because there's a helpful smile on every aisle. Also because it's just the nicest in town.
Yeah.
Probably. It might be more expensive, but there's less people.
I grew up with Dillon's. I mean, I'm being a Salina, Kansas kid, and, it's out of Hutch originally. Now it's Kroger. It's just a version of Kroger. So it's just down the street here. So that's typically where I shop. But I'm telling you, if you want decent meat in this town, say what? You got to go to Hy-Vee. I mean, we don't have a butcher in Manhattan anymore. There's no meat place other than grocery stores. So you got to go to Hy-Vee's. It's just so much better. Man.
My dad did work at Hy-Vee in college, so he always loved Hy-Vee.
Did he really have a smile on every time?
I don't know, but he did say that you weren't allowed to tell someone where it was. You had to take them to it. And I think that's still a thing.
It is, and it's kind of annoying. Just point.
Yeah.
Just point. Just tell me an aisle number. Particularly when they're not sure and they'd go, no, it's not here. Let's go over here. Okay. They had a great Hy-Vee rub. It was jalapeno blue cheese. It was unbelievable. It was so good on pork and stuff. And they discontinued it, and I'm still bitter. I'm bitter. I'm bitter about a lot of things, Gills. Bitter about you.
Goins would be very disappointed when we're not taking Dylan's side.
Is he at Dylan's? Oh, that's right. Poor guy had to put in some time there to get through the pandemic. So, okay. Onward.
All right. From Fullest Nelson, PGA.
Are you okay?
Well, I'm just going to say WTF. I was going to say those words, but I'm not.
Okay. Save
the work for you, Fitz. Take a drink and a deep breath, Zach, then rant.
Okay, Zach, I'm going to just roll back now.
I feel like there's not much to rant about at this point. Yeah, it's frustrating that the PGA basically backtracked and did everything that they said that they weren't going to do, and that you were stupid if you were going to do it. And then they took the money themselves too. So
unbelievable.
I can't believe the players were just completely hoodwinked like that. But then again, I don't know. Jay Monahan's got to go. He's got to be the first one out of the door.
If I'm a player, I literally sue the PGA. If I'm one of those guys,
if I'm a player, the first time I see him, I'm punching him in the face.
Well, I just saw. We're recording this on Thursday morning. I just saw that Congress has someone's already put in a bill to take away the PGA's tax-free exemption.
No sports league should have a tax-free exemption.
It's the hypocrisy that really, really gets to me.
They should not.
They're clearly
tax
for
money's
profit.
already going to stadiums and stuff all the time.
I know. They're clearly for profit. These owners aren't buying these teams for ego. That's a big play in it, but they're a great investment.
Yeah.
They always go up.
I think it's going to be interesting, though, because it seems like now the Public Investment Fund is the governing body of golf. It feels like, at least for professionals and tours, because the European Tour is also included, which always felt like it was kind of combined with the PGA Tour, even though it wasn't technically together.
So they're going to have, I haven't really dug into this, I'm not a golf person. Are they going to have the PGA events, the PGA Europe events, and the Saudi events?
Yeah, like LIV, the DP Tour, and then the PGA Tour. They'll all be separate, I think, at this point. And then I think the PIF is like the governing like group, I think. Like they'll invest in all of these tours. I think they're all under kind of one umbrella. There's still a lot of details that haven't been ironed out or announced, but that's the feeling, is that there's going to be this new entity that's created to kind of operate everything else.
There was a creepy movie many years ago. I think it was called The Offer. That's the name of something else. Where a rich guy offers a young couple $1 million to have sex with his wife.
I mean, damn, bro.
And I feel like that's the PGA.
But I'm going to tell y'all something right now. Hypocrisy is a transcendent word.
LIV came up, we'll give you some money to do with the absolute thing you don't want to do. And they took it.
This is the hypocrisy that I'm talking about that makes no sense. This is the hypocrisy that's going on in the United States of America as we speak.
It's unbelievable. Money, if we've learned anything about sports lately.
Take the money.
Yeah. Entities will do anything for money. And that's why I still think the Big 12 is going to get Pac-12 schools. It's only going to be like $5 million difference. Well, okay. I'm going to offer you an extra $5 million a year. You're probably going to take it.
Yeah.
Gills, you know about my generosity based on yesterday's tip. You like the money too.
I mean, you know.
Yeah.
$2.
Oh, I'm actually not going to say anything here.
I tipped the good service at So Long and realized I only have $1 left, and Zach tipped in $1. We only had a couple.
I threw in $1 too.
Yeah.
So disrespectful.
Okay, so what's the issue here? I'm a little confused with golf.
So last year when LIV was created, all
the
Saudi Arabia money came in, and Tiger was offered like $800 million. Rory was going to get a bunch of money, and out of principle, a lot of guys turned it down. Said no, it's not about unthinkable amounts of money, because they already had. From a standpoint, they're already wealthy enough.
Sure.
Generational wealth isn't necessarily what those players were after, but some of them did leave and
went to LIV.
Yes, and a lot of them said, "Oh, it's about growing the game." Very few. Harold Varner was one of the guys that was like, "Yeah, I'm here for the money."
Yeah, that's what it was.
And he's like, "Look, my body, I'm injured frequently. I know that my body, isn't going to last long enough. This is life-changing money and will set me up and my family for forever." So Harold Varner was pretty much the only one that just said, "Yeah, I'm getting the bag. Whatever the consequences are, so be it. But I'm not going to be playing on the PGA Tour in 10 years either way," was kind of his thinking. But guys like Dustin Johnson, Brooks Koepka, they left. They took a bunch of money, and they were heavily criticized for it. But then the PGA Tour said, "Well, you guys aren't ever going to come back. You guys are kicked off the tour." There's a big divide.
Okay.
And the PGA basically said, we're never going to do this. They rolled out families that were affected by 9/11. I mean, they did the whole thing.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
They did the whole thing, and now they've completely done a 180.
I was completely torn about this. I'm not a golf person, but I understand the pushback with the Saudis and some of the things they've done on the world stage. And I was disgusted by, the amount of money they're spending. Again, they're just basically paying guys to whore themselves out. Come serve our purposes. Entertain us. Little monkey with a drum. Here's $100 million. And so I was disgusted by that, but I also understood why guys took the money.
If the United States of America as a government can do business with Saudi Arabia, if the government can do business with them, if a multitude of U.S. corporations can do business with them, what's wrong with the individual golfer?
I mean, we're talking at minimum $100 million for some of these big contracts. There was 200, 300. Like you said, Tiger was like $750 million.
Yeah, that he was offered. I think there was 5 guys that made $600 million combined between them. Then a lot of the other guys, they made a lot less, but still more than what they would earn on the PGA Tour.
Right.
It later came out that a lot of it, they had to...
Deferred winnings?
It was basically a cash advance, and your winnings would be subtracted from it.
You're insane! mean?
Gills, I wish you had like a wealthy
I don't have money.
oil family money, and you would say, Fitz, I just want to work for you forever. Here's $100 million for my dad. Could you maybe figure that one out?
I'd get you in contact with my dad.
He's smooth.
Can we move on?
Yes.
I would like to move on.
The humans will be back with more of the Overtime podcast.
My days working, taking care of my little ones can be a lot. I checked out care.com and it was so easy for me to find local, experienced, and background check sitters. Finding our babysitter was way more affordable than I thought. Care.com makes it super easy. Search for qualified candidates. You can view their profiles, read reviews and ratings, check their availability, send messages directly, and get the help that you need. Care.com should be every person's go-to.
Welcome back to the Overtime. Speak Humans.
From Itane BB, GPC staff.
Oh, boy.
You guys don't have a name like Pickles or Ima or Yang or Sushi here, but if you were able to have a second ID, what would you call yourself here? A name that shouldn't reveal your true identity easily. I would go with Danger Cat.
Yeah, that's funny. I was about to say the same thing. Yeah.
Takalucha Cat wouldn't reveal me at all.
Not at all. Bartender Cat.
Actually be a good username.
Tequila Slinger. Ooh, that's a pretty good name.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, Florida born. That'd throw people off. They'd never guess that.
Weird. MHK Townie. 92. Pokey Cat.
That's actually pretty good.
I'd go Pokey Cat.
Pokey Cat. I like it. People think you're referring to maybe like Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I got house divided. My girlfriend went to Oklahoma State or something.
Well, it's just funny.
That's probably Zach, actually.
You don't have a girlfriend.
House divided. Or freshman year Okie Light Cat. Freshman year Okie Light Cat. That's going to be my username.
It just rolls off the tongue, too.
Yeah. I don't know if there's enough characters that would allow me to do that.
By the way, anyone out there who's unhappy with their screen name, I'm more than happy to offer my services like I did with Pickles, like I did with Fullest Nelson. Who else? I've got some other ones out there. Purple Cheese from Wisconsin. If you're unhappy, particularly if you've got one of those annoying Anon screens that I've changed a couple, just not even told them.
Unfortunately, I don't think you picked infected testicle, did you?
No, I wouldn't go there, but I appreciate that and Queefold. Let's just be honest. That's
John Queefold.
I really appreciate the artistry in those screen names.
From GPC Cole.
Oh,
Gills' AC in his car is shot, and his iPhone is from 2014.
Yes, these are all true.
What is another everyday object you use that is due to be replaced, but you refuse to replace it? And Cole, my iPhone's actually from like 2005.
It wasn't even announced. It wasn't even on the radar. 2005.
Yeah, is it appropriate to answer my penis? Maybe not, but I don't, because this is one of the things I appreciate about Gilbert is he's one of those guys like my car's good enough, my phone's good enough, right?
That's if it's not broken, don't fix it. Which it, it is broken, but
yeah, moderately broken, both cases. But he's still and that's the complete opposite of me.
Oh yeah,
like my phone's now 3 years old. I'm like, oh my god, this is like.
Here, I'll switch with you if you're not happy with it.
This is from Egyptian times. This is so old. Like I impulse buy everything, and I'm not going to impulse buy a phone right now. But did you guys notice my latest impulse buy in the corner of the studio?
Your shirt.
About it yesterday.
Is this the shirt rack?
Your shirt rack.
Yeah. Yeah, so now
don't give away your secrets.
Oh, it's part of the studio.
People think you record those every day, like one a day. Come on.
Well, sometimes I do, but
yeah, sometimes he does.
Sometimes you don't.
Right. If I'm talking about conference realignment, I got to do them late at night to get
True.
I make sure that I haven't missed anything. But yeah, I actually have. This is disturbing. I have 19 polos over there dedicated to the daily delivery. 19. There's one set of 4 that are like the backups, like the green one, and the white one where you can see my.
I don't know why you got the green one.
Well, you have 20 if you include your shirt.
It was kind of a joke for Riley because he loved this. I got one for him and one for me, and now he can't even wear it.
Nope.
So the green one's now turned into like just a novelty thing. It's obnoxious, but I could wear it to a game and tell people that they can't sit in their seats at Bramwich Coliseum. You got to move. You got to move. You got to move away from the media area right now. Take these kids and move them. Okay.
I don't know what I have that needs to be replaced.
Your boss?
It's usually shoes.
Your computer. Oh, my bartending shoes. Have you guys seen those things? They're like black.
I usually wear shoes for too long.
Yeah. Me too.
And I still replace my shoes relatively frequently. Like at least one pair a year, but I should probably be doing 2 or 3 pair a year.
Yeah.
Especially golf shoes. I really need some new golf shoes.
You need to go get some Cole Haan golf shoes.
I'd rather get FootJoy.
Oh, boy. I'm just, I get addicted to product lines. So I discovered Cole Haan shoes are absolutely wonderful and they fit my feet wonderfully. And I now have like 6 pair of them. And I wanted to buy a new pair yesterday, but they're kind of expensive and I'm in trouble. I've been creating a lot of bills in this household lately. I'm expensive to keep alive. So, no. I also have 7,000 Paul Frederick shirts. That might be a lie. Gills, you got anything over there? Do you actually have anything that you would replace that's old?
That hasn't been listed?
Yeah, my answers were included in the question.
So you want to replace these things?
No. Well, no.
Don't you want a car with air conditioning, Ryan Gilbert?
I do. But I love my Saab. I can't get rid of it, but nah. I told you about my latest contraption, right?
No.
No.
Oh,
got a cooler.
Did you get a cooler?
I did.
That runs off the cigarette thing?
Yeah, like a USB fan, yep. And I've got like a bunch of...
And it has like an ice bucket in it?
No, so I got like gallon jugs of water and then just froze them. So I have to test it out next time I go to the casino or something.
This is just pathetic.
I love how you're just like, yeah, I drive just this beat up, no AC car, and I'm going to take it to the casino. Like, it just sounds like you got a problem there.
No, but what I appreciate about Gills is he knows his priorities. He knows what he wants to spend his money on.
I would rather lose $1,000 than buy a car with AC in it.
$1,000. Huh. That's tough.
You know, one of our other podcasts has got a car dealership for a sponsor.
Can you hook me up?
We can maybe take you down there and the crew at Robbins can show you around the used car lot. They'll probably take you up way behind the shop, the ones that don't really run.
Yeah. Brady will just say, hey, this one doesn't have AC. Here's your style.
This one has no engine. And you'll really love it. The price is incredible. Oh, yeah.
I can get one for free as part of an NAL package, right?
We all want you to get a new phone. We all want
in all honesty, this phone, it's a little slow, sure, but and the battery life is not the best, but like it.
You just gave it
runs.
2 reasons
it runs,
why it's not good.
It's funny. I have a home button and I have one camera. That's how old it is.
The home button kills me.
I love it.
I know. I kind of miss the home button.
Yeah. I guess I'm sentimental is my issue with these these objects.
He's going to throw
it was my phone that needed to be replaced until I got this new one. That one was very old and bad. But
I'm waiting for Fitz to buy me a phone.
But it was still newer than Gills' phone by multiple generations.
It did help that the boss said, screw it. You need a new phone. I'm buying one. So, okay, Gills. Since we can't buy you anything, I would buy you a car, but since you don't want one, I won't do it.
We can double your tips every time you come into Lucha. So you owe me $4 next time.
Oh, man.
Double it or give it to the next person?
You're going to have a new Saab. You're going to have one of those new Saabs.
Do they even make Saabs anymore?
No, they got bought out by some Chinese company a while back.
Oh, that's sad. We'll get you a Subaru.
That's short for Saab.
Yeah.
Or that's long for Saab. Saab is short for Subaru.
Yeah, we'll get you Subaru. What are those, Outlanders or whatever?
Station wagon?
Yeah. Station wagon. You'll
Santa Fe.
Your dating demographic will change with that. Let's just say that.
Okay. Final question of the pod is from Call Me T22. I'm getting married this weekend. And this is Call Me T. This isn't me, Fitz. Call Me T's getting married.
Is this T at
no.
Taco Lucha?
Yeah.
Huh.
Fitz, give me your best and funniest marriage advice. And I don't understand why me and Zach can't share our own advice even though we're not married.
Well, I
don't think he cares about our opinions.
All right, well then I'm out of here.
I don't really have funny advice. My biggest piece of advice to newlyweds are these two things. Understand how you fight, because not being able to resolve those things and they pop up like 5 years later. Remember that time you didn't take the trash down when I told you to? That'll just be, you got to understand how you fight. And you don't have to be the same way in disputes, but you have to be able to put them aside and resolve them. The other thing, which has been a challenge in my own marriage, is understand how you vacation. Now, I know that sounds weird, but a vacation is supposed to be an escape. You're supposed to do something that you really want to do. Like my wife, who would like to go hiking, go to museums, go on tours, go do stuff. And I think we all understand that Fitz wants to go on vacation and lay on a beach or by a pool and drink alcohol. So this is always kind of sometimes I get back from vacation thinking I need a vacation because we've done too much. But those are my two pieces of advice. Anyhow, Gills, you will be a really good husband someday. You want to know why? You want to know why you'll be a really good husband someday?
Sure.
Is you're not going to look at your wife 20 years down the road and say, I need an upgrade.
She's going to be 47 one day.
Yeah. You are not going to look at your wife and think, well, this thing still has one camera and a home button and no AC, but I love her.
This is very, very important.
That's the key to a marriage.
Thank you for listening to the Power Cat Podcast. Make sure you're subscribing to our show at Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you get your podcasts. Power Cat Podcast. All rights reserved. GoPowerCat.com.
Hey there, it's Gary Parrish with the Eye on College Basketball Podcast, part of the CBS Sports Podcast Network. We are still in the early weeks of conference play, which means there's no better time to tap in. Every Sunday night and Wednesday and Friday mornings, you can expect an episode in your feed highlighting everything you need to know from the sport of college basketball. Conference races, bracketology, coaching rumors. We'll talk about it all and be there with you at least 3 times a week as March Madness approaches. It's the Eye on College Basketball Podcast. To find us, search for Eye on College Basketball in your podcast app of choice.
This is Sandra Herrera from Attacking Third, a podcast part of the CBS Sports Golazo Network dedicated to all things women's soccer. With the NWSL expanding to 14 teams, the 2024 season promises to be bigger and better than ever, and Attacking Third will be along for the ride from start to finish. Before that, though, we'll be all over the CONCACAF W Gold Cup, where the U.S. women's national team is looking to clinch silverware on home soil. We'll also be keeping tabs on the winter transfer window, the Women's Super League, the UEFA Women's Champions League, and elsewhere. Coming to you multiple times a week with game previews, recaps, analysis, breaking news, exclusive interviews, and more. Attacking Third is your one-stop shop for the best coverage of the women's game. Download, follow on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere podcasts are found. Make sure you subscribe to Attacking Third.